All right, students. In this video, we're going to multiply and divide with mixed numbers. Here's the first step. We actually don't want to try to multiply with mixed numbers. We prefer improper fractions. Let's rewrite this problem. We'll change 2 6/7 into an improper fraction. Keep the denominator. Then it's 2 times 7 plus 6. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 6 is 20. Now the 7 over 15 will copy. It's a multiplication problem, which means we're allowed to reduce before we multiply. Well, I see lots of reducing I can do. I can divide both of these by 7, divide by 7, divide by 7, and I can divide each of these by 5. Divide by 5, divide by 5. Now we're ready to multiply. Multiply the numerators, 4 times 1. Multiply the denominators, 1 times 3. And for these problems, if my final answer is an improper fraction, I'm going to change it back into a mixed number. So keep that common denominator. How many times does 3 go into 4? With 1 left over. Perfect. Let's try number 2. In number 2, the first number is a whole number. Let's make it look like a fraction. We'll put it over 1. The second number is a mixed number. Let's change it into an improper fraction. So I'll keep the denominator. And then it's 3 times 3 plus 1. Now before we multiply, we'll reduce. Can't reduce this way. You never reduce two tops. It's got to be a numerator and a denominator. The only reducing I can do is the 6 and the 3. I'll divide by 3 and divide by 3. Now multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. And when the denominator is a 1, I don't have to write it. 20 over 1 is just the same as 20. There's exactly how I want you to show your work. Copy the problem down, change everything into improper fractions, reduce, multiply, if possible, change it back into a mixed number. Now you know division problems have the extra step. For a first step, let's rewrite the problem using improper fractions. For the first fraction, copy the denominator. The numerator, 2 times 3 plus 1. Let's do the same thing with the second fraction. Copy the denominator. The numerator, 1 times 15 plus 1. Now in a division problem, we copy the first fraction, change division to multiplication, take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now try to reduce before you multiply. The only reducing I see is the 3 and the 15. We'll divide by 3 and divide by 3. Now multiply the tops. Multiply the bottoms. And if my answer so far is an improper fraction, we'll change it into a mixed number. Keep that denominator of 16. How many times does 16 go into 35? It goes in twice. 2 times 16 is 32. 32 from 35 is 3. I like 2 3/16. Let's try one more division problem. 7 is a whole number. I'll put it over 1. I'd like to rewrite 2 1/5 as an improper fraction. So keep the 5. And 2 times 5 plus 1 is 11. Now rewrite the division problem by copying the first fraction. Division becomes multiplication. Take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now try to reduce. But nothing reduces. Well, okay. Then multiply the tops. Multiply the bottoms. Finally, change that into an improper fraction, or excuse me, into a mixed number. So we'll keep the denominator of 11. How many times does 11 go into 35? 3 times. 3 times 11 is 33, and 33 from 35 is 2. I like 3 and 2 11ths. Great. Here's how I want you to show your work. All right, you go practice some. Time for some homework. I'll see you later on today.